everybody. It's kind of an early morning little video since I cannot locate my one of my exes. Seems like wherever he went, he really wanted to disappear. So, my second ex, as most of you know, was, let's give him a name, Martin. And I had known him shortly on IMVU during the past, like between 2009 and 2012, maybe 2013. And he was seen as, to me, as a furry fan, really immature and definitely pretty pervy young guy. But we made each other laugh, and that was pretty much it. For some reason, he vanished. For some reason, I never saw him again, or he just completely ignored me because he didn't get what he wanted, or something. That was my initial idea of him. Um, but then all of a sudden, like in 2018 in September, I was actually probably in somewhere like August, maybe, probably, that he popped up again. And we started talking here and there. And this is kind of shortly after I've been coming to a close with my first relationship, totally getting destroyed and burned down by everyone I knew. Um, and I told him, I said, I was kind of looking for another relationship. I'm trying to keep trying till I find somebody, but, trying to take my time as well. And he said, "Oh, why not date me?" And I'm like, I don't know you all that well, so I don't see why. I don't know who you are this time of this year. And I said, when I knew you, you were really immature. And the only thing we had kind of was it kind of made each other laugh, which wasn't much to go on. And you were pretty cocky. But he up and said, "Oh, no, no, no. I'm more mature now." And I wasn't cocky. I was more confident in myself, if there is such a thing. I knew what I was saying, and a lot of his words, every time we talked before this, it was always tons of big, huge words, philosophical, talking about stupid church. And I never quite understood it or got it, so yeah. And then when he brought up this maybe try to date me thing, I got really confused, but also kind of shocked. But I was like, okay, okay, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Um, this is a deal between me and him. I said, why don't we try dating online for a while? If it makes it past a month or a year, not a month, or at least a year, then I'll think about visiting you. We'll kind of get a little bit closer and then we'll go on from there. I thought that was the best way to do things. And he's like, yeah, and then sounds good. Well, this will be an experiment or whatever. Because I wanted, for me and any guy or girl, I would want to know more about them, their passions, their goals, how they carry themselves, and their ideas on some things. Because I want me and my partner to share quite a bit of things, but also balance each other out, kind of thing. But also act as a best friend and not a crazy psychopath, selfish, possessive weirdo. And it did not work out that way. And I wanted to finally write the long message for closure for myself and for him, and to maybe answer any of his questions that he has. But when things started to go downhill between me and him, there was a lot of red flags. He, what I felt like, talk a lot about him, and him. And when I tried to maybe suggest, to ask me how I'm doing or cheer me up or support me in anything or make something funny to cheer me up. He would not do that. It would just totally go over his head. Um, and it was really frustrating. So that was a very red flag. And again, I would get frustrated because he would keep saying he's more confident. And some of the stuff he would say, I would say, oh, I would totally destroy you by my flames. Because, as a Scorpio, we're very fiery, but there's different levels of Scorpio. Mine is a Phoenix. And as far as I know, Phoenix are pretty unstoppable. But he said, oh, no, I would beat you. I would beat you. I'd beat you. Have this whole God mod attitude about him. And it really annoyed me. I was kind of hoping it would kind of just phase out. And nope, none of that confidence, cocky attitude went down. Oh, and I just woke up at like 5:30 or 5 o'clock, so I'm not exactly coherent right now, or 100%. Anyway, I was another red flag, and all of a sudden he mentioned one day, oh, I can't wait for you to come down here, and we'll move in together, and all of a sudden he mentioned the worst thing, one of the many worst things you cannot mention in a relationship, that would certainly bring down its downfall, having kids. Nobody, nope. Uh, yeah, I just took a step back and didn't talk to him. And it's not that I literally despise kids, like pure gut fiery hatred. It's just a little hard to be around sometimes because the whining, the screaming, the tantrums, the bossy attitude, and then after you like just put your foot down and show some authority and discipline them, then it becomes more manageable and you get some space from them, and then you can tackle it again. It gets much more easier, hopefully. For those of you dealing with a teenager or a toddler, keep going, just keep trying. Don't give up on them. They'll be, yeah, I'm not going to go too far on that. Um, anyway, and then he goes, we were having a bit of a close to being an argument online. And it didn't quite work out. He ended up saying something related to the church, the Bible, and even quoting a verse. That irritated me and frustrated me. And not only because I'm not a big fan of the church stuff, and he dared to use that as a response or an excuse to hopefully win whatever talk we were having. And it frustrated me even more that he didn't take it back. He didn't stop there. He kept saying, oh, this and this and this. It's my job as a man to do this. It's your job to stay in the house, blah, 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 blah. You should not do this. You should not do that, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, nope, that's it. And that was like the third red flag. The second one was we were on IMView one time because we met on IMView. So we hardly ever RP on there together. We do a lot of private rooms and we kind of just chat a little bit. You guys know me and how I like to be a guy on there for my tomboy, perhaps bisexual reasons, and feels. And I came in and was my guy because I wasn't feeling the girly moment or anything. And all of a sudden, he got very, very uncomfortable and said, "Could you change into a girl? I'm not very comfortable with the guy thing here." And I was like, "Wait." I was starting to feel like he literally did not like the LGBT community and he was being discriminating, hating, or just wanted me to be more female than male, or he had some more traumatizing issue. I thought it was the first one just by the way he was talking. And I was like, I wanted to try to get to the center of it. So it's like, wait, why are you asking me this? I like doing this. I shouldn't have to do this for you. I want an actual answer. But I didn't want to push it. I didn't want it to sound too pushy. So I try to be nice and gentle and patient. And I said, oh, well, I had some issues growing up, abusive family with my father or whatever. And I was glad he told me. I like relationships where they can trust me with things of their past that were really hurtful. And I was like, okay, assumingly that's the truth, assumingly you're being honest, assumingly the image or the presence of a male, even though it's not a real one, this is all pretend, upsets you that much, then I will switch. So I switched, and that just made me really uncomfortable and kind of realized that I did not need to do that for him, but to be a good, respectful person, not at all to be a good girlfriend, to just show some sensitivity. But that third red flag was a nope. And every time I was online, I would put posts of when I was upset or when I was frustrated on IMVU. And usually I kind of almost expected, or I think it's really cute and to show sensitivity back when I give so much, when I gave so much of my heart. And he would not respond at all. He would not say anything or do anything. I think it's very gentlemanly to say, oh, you look pretty, or what's wrong, or just literally talk to me and, get me to open up. And even though it's kind of frustrating and irritating because I'm such a shy, introverted person, I find it cute that that my partner would support me and, try to sit down and talk with me and, you know, love it, appreciate it that I'm, crying or breaking down. And he did none of that. It just went through him, or he wasn't connected with me. And when I finally had enough, I said, you know what? This is not working. There's too many red flags. Uh, I can't do this anymore. I really hope you have a nice life and everything, but I can't do this anymore. I don't see much of a spark or connection between us besides being slightly friends. And then he's like, "Oh, wait, wait, no, 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 I'll change, I'll change, I'll change. I'll fix myself. Don't worry, just don't do this." And I was like, "Yeah, that kind of sounds like another typical excuse, a most likely lie that will not even go in my favor." So I said, "No, no, sorry. I'm gonna put my foot down in this. I'm gonna be vocalized about this, get my voice out, that I just can't do this anymore." I think I said, "I hope you have a nice night," and that was it. I And then he would not talk to me. He still hasn't talked to me. I can't find him. I can't locate him. So I'm slightly worried, but I'm not too worried. And Max Martin, whatever name to prefer here. Uh, if you're ever reading this, and if you're still on YouTube, I was kind of wondering why I cannot find you on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. I know your name started with Rage, Rhage, I believe, but I thought your other name part was Savage something, but I cannot find you at all, not even any of my posts about me or about you. I see your name and I typed out your name, but the link to it is gone. It's not bold anymore. So I did what I did for me and for you because I felt there was no spark anymore. It'd be really pointless to continue. And I wanted happiness for me, but also for you to find someone that was more of a match. Even if you had some kind of crush on me, honestly, it would not have worked because we're totally two different people. I needed someone more sensitive and share similar interests with me and just maybe some advice. If they're not into church stuff or the Bible, don't recite it. If you try to shove your beliefs and your your own philosophies down their throats or in their faces like you've done to me, it will just go downhill once more. So maybe to try to just find someone more for you that matches your interest, your ideas, your beliefs, your passions, and it will work out hopefully a lot better. I hope you're still having a nice life and not tearing up over me, because we can still be friends. I just don't want a relationship with you anymore. I'm actually quite happy in this one that I have now. I'm not having a whole lot of red flags. Uh, he makes me smile. I make him smile. We have deep conversations. We have a lot of similar interests constantly. He seems actually more of a UK, and of course, I see more of the dominating. So I think that'll be it for now. Uh, I'm sorry things went as they did. I did not mean you to be mad or upset with yourself or at me. There's really no reason to. Uh, I hope you have a nice life and a nice day. And I hope we can maybe contact each other again and just be friends or just our peers on IMVU. So that's my closure for you. This is my second relationship, so I hope everything turns out okay. All right, bye. How do I